Okay. You mentioned a little bit about food security just now.
Yes.
I'd like to shine the spotlight a little bit on urban farming. It's a really interesting ground-up movement that's been happening in Singapore. You have social enterprises like Comcrop, Edible Gardens, and even lots of communities now actually doing gardening, urban farming. What do you see the potential is in urban farming for Singapore? Are you seriously looking at it as a solution?
Yeah, we are we are interested in this. I think there's a lot of potential for farming to become more productive in Singapore. So I talked about food security challenges just now. Diversification of sources is one thing, but we should also look at our own local supply and see how we can be more resilient. We already produce urban farming includes both commercial food farms as well as community farming. And if you look at our commercial food farms, I think we produce something like 7% of fish, 12% of vegetables, and 25% of eggs, which is not bad. But if you compare our best farms with the most productive farms overseas, the most productive farms overseas, vegetable farms, is twice as productive as our best vegetable farm and 5 to 6 times more productive than our fish farms. So if we were to benchmark and say that let's be as productive as the most productive farms overseas, our food production for fish and vegetables could easily increase by quite a large quantum. And I think that would significantly enhance our food resilience. So we are looking at some of these technologies. AVA is doing so. We have a productivity fund, R&D fund, which we are putting out to our Singaporean farmers to see how they can make use of the funding and make use of new technologies to increase their productivity. And there are some farms which are quite promising. I visited some of them, the Sky Greens and the Apollo fish farm. Very productive, using technology, very innovative. Then of course you have, besides the commercial farms, you also have, as you mentioned, many urban farms which are not at commercial scale, but they still add something. So these are more community farms. Some are in buildings, some are in the HDB heartlands, and they are all growing food crops, vegetables and various things. And I think they all help to contribute to the overall ecosystem as well. They may not add significant amounts to food production output, but it's still worthwhile. Not even if it's not just for the output quantum, which is small, but I think just for the sense of community building, that sense of getting young people to understand about sustainability, to understand about what it means to grow a crop and to grow and eat something that you have grown yourself. I think it helps to build that spirit of community in a way that is very positive, and so we want to encourage that as well.
Okay.